Welcome everybody to a special edition. Is a live stream on YouTube today and in our Facebook community. I thought that I would go live just to answer your questions and tell you kind of what is new and the latest happening with the YouTube world. So as you are joining me, feel free to drop a little comment and say, hey, where you are tuning in from. Are you on Facebook or are you on YouTube? What part of the world are you in? I love answering questions about YouTube just in general as things change, as YouTube comes up with new ways of doing things, changes to their algorithm, changes in general, things that we can talk about. So I thought that I would start with a few of the most obvious changes. And why don't we start with hello, Facebook user. By the way, if you would like to go to streamyard.com/Facebook and give permission for me to be able to see your name and your photo profile, I will know who it is. Otherwise, all I see is Facebook user Gay Lewis. I see you. Everybody else shows up as Facebook user. So if you want to go to streamyard.com/Facebook, all you got to do is say, yes, I give you permission. And then we'll be able to see exactly who that is. So Arizona in the house, Folsom, California. I'm a new agent and I am just now trying to make my first video. Oh, that makes me so happy. I hope that you will take this project and totally run with it. I cannot overestimate what it has done for our business. And I'll tell you a quick story. I got a lead a couple of days ago. I assigned it to my buyer's agent, Katie. Katie is still not quite at her 1-year mark of being a licensed realtor. So she's in her first year. She texted me the other day and said, oh my gosh, guess what his budget is? And I said, what? You got to tell me. And she said about $850,000. They can pay cash. They might get a loan if they prefer to just, use the great financing and low interest rates, but they can pay cash if they want to. They're not working with any other agents. He signed an exclusive buyer brokerage agreement with me over Zoom. Like, we have not met in person yet. We did this all virtually. Dude is fully committed to working with her, and he's spending $850,000 in a market where our median price is $337,000. So for us, that's the luxury price point. Like, I know if you're in San Diego, that's a starter home, but to us, that is luxury. That is more than twice our median sales price. And she's still a first-year agent. How amazing is that? Like, I remember when I was newly licensed, way back in 2005 when I got my license. Like, it took me forever to even break 900,000 for the purchase price. And that was in Northern California, where it's not cheap to live. And I've still never broken $1 million. I've been a licensed realtor for 16 years. I have still never sold $1 million property. So I'm a little bit jealous that she's getting that her first year, but I'm super, super excited to be able to get those kinds of leads from our channel and then pass them out to the agents in my office, because we're all benefiting, right? I love to spread the love. Hi, Bill Olson in Charleston. Hi, Angela in Toronto. I have to say, Toronto is how we say Atlanta. We just don't say that last T, right? It's like Toronto. And Bob, hello, Dawn, Patrice, thanks all for joining me. All right, let's see. Let's start with shorts. Everybody always asks about YouTube shorts, right? It's officially been launched for about a year. It rolled out worldwide last summer. So everybody now has access to making YouTube shorts. What is the latest? What are people saying about it? The jury for me is still out. I've made a bunch of shorts for both of my YouTube channels. So for the agent channel and for the consumer channel. And I do not make a separate YouTube channel. I put them on the same channel. And they seem to get about the same number of views as our long form content. So having said that, it's not as discoverable. It's not as searchable as long form content is on YouTube. It's more like the stuff that shows up in your shorts shelf on your phone is the stuff that's super, super entertaining and has the possibility of going viral. So if you're going to make a short, I feel like it needs to be something that has great entertainment value, that could really get shared a bazillion times, kind of like a TikTok video or IG Reels. So if you're making shorts, be thinking about like, what content can I make that would be very, very entertaining, that would be able to get a million views? Because if otherwise it's just kind of boring real estate content, I don't know how well it's going to perform. The best short on the Georgia Coast Homes channel was when Nicole did a new baby update. So Nicole had a baby it was August. And when the baby was about 2 months old, she did a whole little video of this is Zeke and he's this old and look at all this hair and da da da. And she did it just to say, hey, all our clients, you knew I was pregnant. I was showing you houses when I was big as a house. I was writing offers while I was in labor, took a little bit of time off, but here's what I have to show for it. And that video has done really, really, really well. It has nothing to do with real estate, right? It's more of a engaging our community with us. The people who already follow us on YouTube, they already know us. They probably just wanted to see what her baby looked like. So that video has done very well. I've heard from YouTube that they are going to be overhauling the way their videos are displayed. People are not very excited with the way that vertical videos look in the overall YouTube ecosphere, if you will. So I've heard that that's getting a facelift. What that will look like in the end, don't really know at this point. If you want to make a YouTube short, a couple of things you have to know. It must be vertical and it must be less than 60 seconds long. So I uploaded a video. It was a vertical video. I edited it. It doesn't have to be like I recorded it with my phone and it's unedited. I recorded it and I pushed it to my computer and I went into my software and edited the whole thing. I could have sworn it was 59 seconds long, but when I exported it, it was actually 1 minute and 2 seconds long, and it doesn't show up as a short if you do that. So it has to be less than 60 seconds long. You have to put hashtag shorts in the title and in the description box somewhere in order for the algorithm to understand that it is a short video. And then I wish I had my phone handy. When somebody pulls it up on their phone, it takes up the whole screen. So it's a nice big video, like a TikTok video, the way it takes up the whole screen. It doesn't look that great on desktop, but it looks awesome on mobile. And I also was just reading about how they are lightly testing ad formats for shorts. So if your channel is monetized, meaning you have 1,000 subscribers or more, and more than 4,000 hours of watch time in the last 12 months, then you are eligible for the YouTube Partner Program, which is where you get paid when they run ads before, in the middle, and after your videos. So you have to be part of the Partner Program in order to receive payments. Pretty awesome. Google sends you an email once a month that says, hey, we just made a deposit into your account. Go check it and make sure that it was correct. So you can be making money every month from these ads that are running on your channel, whether you want them to or not. Okay, so back in the day, you could say, I don't want to take part in the partner program. I don't want to have ads run on my channel. I don't want to annoy my audience. Well, then they changed the YouTube terms of service. It's probably 4 or 6 months ago now. And they said, we're going to run the ads on any channel that we want to. Whether you are getting paid from us or not is irrelevant. It is our platform and we determine where those ads run. So even if you only have 10 subscribers and you're nowhere near monetized, they can still run an ad on your videos if they so choose. You're just not going to make revenue from it. So I figure if that's going to happen, you may as well get revenue from it, right? If you are eligible. So 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours of watch time. Now they're starting to figure out how can we monetize the YouTube shorts. And if you are part of the partner program, then you can receive some ad revenue from that as well. I figure now, yes, nobody really wants to hear a commercial, but we are used to it. And we understand that that's just the nature of the beast. And if you have to watch it for 5 whole seconds before you can hit skip, it's kind of a small price to pay. So I don't feel like it's that intrusive and it's that annoying to our audience that they're no longer going to watch your channel, because obviously it's out of our control. This is something that YouTube is deciding whether or not they want to run ads on your channel. It's their call, not so much ours. All right, let's go to the comments and see, do we have any questions about shorts? I'm not the best person to go into great detail about shorts. I've probably done a grand total of 10. So I think we've done a handful on each channel, but I will tell you that I like doing them when you are pressed for time, because it is a heck of a lot easier to record a 1 minute long video and get it edited and pushed out the same day if necessary than it is to record a 10 or 15-minute long video and have to edit out multiple mistakes and all that kind of stuff. It also forces you to really be brief, which is not one of my strong points. Lord knows I can talk and talk for a long time. And it teaches you to have to, like, what do I want to say in the most concise way possible to make this video less than a minute long? So, there definitely is a place for shorts. And I think the more entertaining content could be really fun. Facebook user, isn't shorts the same as TikTok? Well, it's very, very similar. Okay. It is a different platform, but it is YouTube's answer to TikTok. So, can you post the same content there? Yes, you can. If you make it for one platform, you can certainly upload it to both places. That would be totally fine. It seems like if the video doesn't go viral in the first day or two on TikTok, then it just kind of goes away. Whereas because YouTube has a more evergreen strategy, it seems like you could put it out there and it would take a little while and then suddenly it would take off for no real reason. But I'm not an expert on TikTok, so I don't know if that's really accurate or only what I have heard. But yes, you can absolutely upload them to both places if you would like. For recording, Pat, well, it depends. So, like, I use Video as my software program. I don't really do much editing anymore. I do have a company that edits all my videos for me, but I still subscribe to Video just when I need to bang something out myself really, really fast. And I don't want to have it be a 2 or 3 day turnaround time. In Video, you can record directly into your webcam, into your computer. But most of the time I do record it on my phone, to be perfectly honest. So I just take my phone, I put it on a tripod. It is this way, it is not this way, right? We want it to be vertical. I record my video. You can edit it on your phone, or you can just upload it to your computer and then do the editing from there. People can see them on desktop as well. It doesn't look as good though, because you get the two big black bars on each side, but it looks great on mobile. And YouTube Shorts was YouTube's way to try to steal a little bit of market share from TikTok for short form content. Yes, indeed. My pleasure. All right, let's move on to the next one, which is the community tab. So now they have reduced the number of people that you need to have as subscribers in order to get the community tab. So I wish I were sharing my screen, but I didn't think about doing that. So it's when you go to your channel and there is a section that says home, videos, playlists, community. And if you click on community, it's where you can write posts. So you can upload a picture and have a post. You can do a poll. You can ask a question. It's a way to just engage with your followers between video uploads. I see a lot of people that will do a post and say, hey, I'm trying to determine what my next video should be. What would you like to learn about most? And you do a poll, A, B, or C, and you let the people vote and kind of tell you what they are most interested in seeing on your channel. I did a post. I got sick in August. I had to take a couple of weeks off. And I said, hey, everybody, I am so sorry that I've been MIA. I've been sick as a dog. I am slowly recovering. I appreciate your patience while I get back into the swing of things. And everybody was like, oh no, I hope you're okay. Get better soon. And, lots of outpouring of love, which was nice. So they didn't think that I just stopped making videos. They knew why I was like, I'm incapacitated. I can't make videos right now. The community tab can be used for lots of different things. If you want to say, oh, tomorrow I'm coming out with a great video, it's going to be so awesome. Make sure that you set your reminder when I go live on Friday at 3 o'clock, and you can drive people to become aware that you're planning to go live or that you're going to do a premiere, something like that. There's lots of different things that you could do. You could say, we wrote a really awesome blog post on our website. Here's the link. You should go check it out. You can basically use the community tab for anything that you would like. And it's not a video, it's just a post like you were posting on Facebook or Instagram, just social media post. Yeah. Oh, somebody said, it looks like I have the community tab. That is awesome. So once you hit 500 subscribers, they said it might take about a week before you get an email that says, hey, you're eligible for the community tab. So if you go to your channel right now, if you're not 100% sure if you have it or not, just go to your channel as though you are the viewer and look at your channel. And it should say home, videos, playlists, community. If the community tab is not there, look at the number of subscribers you have. If you have 200, that's why. But if you're over 500, and it's not a recent thing, then you might want to reach out to YouTube support and say, hey, why don't I have this? I don't use it a ton, but hey, it's definitely a nice little feature to have, right? Do you need special equipment or software to go live on YouTube? You really do not. So I am using a third-party piece of software called StreamYard. I really like it because it lets me get fancy. It lets me pull your comments up on screen. It lets me share my screen. It lets me run that little video that's the 30-second countdown before we get started. It lets me have background photos. Like, for example, if I wanted to have this in the background, well, I'm the only person here, so I guess I can't. I can have, background stuff behind me. It lets you do the branding stuff. You can have your logo. You could save your colors, all of that stuff. But you don't need it. Like, you can literally just go to YouTube and say, I'm going to go live on Friday at 3 p.m. You create a thumbnail the same way that you would any other thumbnail. You upload it and you schedule it. And then when it's time to go live, you just go live. I believe that you can go live from your phone after, oh, I forget what it is. I want to say it's like after you have 100 subscribers or something, you're allowed to go live from your phone. I don't know why they care what device you're going live from, but there is a stipulation in YouTube about before you can do it, you have to have this much stuff. So most of the time you can just go live from your computer and then eventually go live from mobile. But I like to go live on my channel. We don't do it a ton, but it's fun to do if you have a group, if you have a team, if you've got, you want to do an interview with another agent. Like, I'm in Savannah. What if Bill, who is in Charleston, and we wanted to do like which city is better throwdown? I could go live with Bill as a guest and I would say, Savannah is cheaper. Beat that. He would say, Charleston has better seafood, and we would argue about it. And we could do a whole little, tongue in cheek interview. That would be fun to go live on your channel. So, yeah, going live is a lot of fun. I enjoy it very much. All righty. Let's see. Should we brand your YouTube site? When you say brand your YouTube site, I'm not sure exactly what you mean, Penny. So if you want to go into more details in the comments, let me know. Yeah, thanks, Lindsay, for sharing StreamYard. I am not an affiliate for it, I don't think. I like it. I've tried Restream.io, I've tried StreamYard, and I've tried Ecamm Live. And all three of them work and work very well. But Ecamm was a little complicated for me, and it's only Mac. So if you use Windows, Ecamm is not an option for you. StreamYard and Restream are very, very similar. I just found that StreamYard was super user-friendly and intuitive. And so I decided to go with that one. Good. The community tab is cool. I'm glad you like it. So yeah, Penny, if you are still on, what do you mean by should we brand your YouTube site? I'm just not sure I completely understand where you're going with that. All right, let's talk about outros and end screens. So back in the day, when I first created my channel, I had an intro and an outro. And the intro was my logo, my brokerage information, a little bit of funky music behind it. And that would be toward the beginning of my video. And then when my video was over, I had an outro. I haven't done an outro now in probably a year and a half, 2 years. I'd highly recommend end screens. An end screen is simply what you do in the final 20 seconds of your video to tell somebody what you want them to do next. Do you want them to watch another video? That video pops up the thumbnail right next to your head, and you can say, "So now you know X, you need to learn more about Y. Here is the video. Click on it." Just go ahead. You can like tap on it with your finger if you're on your phone. If you got a mouse, just click on it. Watch that video next. Or you can say, "Go to my website," or you can say, "Join my Facebook group," whatever your call to action would be. You want them to do something at the end of the video. What is it that you want them to do? I like it because they're clickable. It's not just a video that they're watching that's like, "Hey, look at me out in the wild doing my thing as a real estate agent," and, tons of animation and music and stuff like that that nobody cares about, and they promptly leave the video because why do I need to watch a 20-second outro about you? I don't care. But the end screen is clickable. So they can click on subscribe to your channel. They can click on watch this video. You can do 2 different videos, watch this one or this one. You can click on a playlist. You can click on a link to go to your website after you are monetized, after you are in the YouTube Partner Program. Lots of different options that you can do with your end screen that you can't do in an outro. And the thing that I like about it so much is that you can have it pop up when nobody was really expecting it. So you're talking in your video and you're talking, and all of a sudden we're in the end screen. And you didn't let anybody know that the video is almost over, and therefore they have not left. Because if you start, you're doing your video, and then you're like, "Thanks so much for watching. I hope you found this helpful." The people go, "Oh, okay, the video's over now," and they leave. And so they never see your call to action because you've given them so many signals that your video is over that they're gone, and they can't see the call to action if they're not even there anymore. So I like the end screen because it's a way to just put that call to action in their face without them knowing that it was even coming, as long as you're sneaky about it and you don't give them clues that the video is almost over. So watch what you say as you are recording your video. Watch the language that you're using. Don't give them signals that you're wrapping up, because otherwise what they hear is, "Okay, all of the content has been delivered. I don't need to watch a 1 minute, thanks for watching part. So I'm going to go watch another video." We don't want them to do that. Cool. All right, let's see. Penny, you said you have a choice. Oh, when setting up an account to a brand. Um, I haven't noticed that there's a huge difference between the 2, but if you're planning to use your channel for business, I would say make it a brand channel. It is definitely nice when you grow to be able to have other people help you. So for example, I can have Lindsay as a moderator in my live stream, and if somebody were to make a comment that were completely inappropriate or it was spam, like she would be able to delete it. So I'm talking to the camera, I'm busy doing my live stream. I'm not looking at moderating the comments. I can have somebody else doing that for me. They're kind of behind the scenes taking care of that stuff. I can give access to my editor. My editor can edit my video for me, then upload it to my YouTube channel without logging in as me. They have their own access. Like, have you ever noticed, if I don't know if you've tried to do this, if you give somebody access to your account, they go to log in, Google immediately sends you that 6-digit code, says, "Uh-oh, somebody's trying to log in the Philippines. Not cool. We're going to block access." And this way they have their own access to the back end of your account to be able to upload the video or upload the thumbnail on your behalf. So yeah, I do like to do that stuff. You're right. It's mostly about having a manager. And if you're a solo operation, you don't have to worry about it. But if you aspire to eventually have a manager, have an editor, have a community manager, have an admin who's just going to do a lot of the stuff that it needs to get done, but it doesn't need to get done by you. You can absolutely do that. What mic are you using, and do you have a webcam on your computer? I love this question. I wish I knew who asked it. You did not go to streamyard.com/Facebook and give me permission. So I'm just going to call you Facebook user. This one is the Rode Podcaster. And it is big and fancy. It is a heck of a lot more elaborate than anything that I need, but during COVID, I was doing a whole lot of live streaming. I was getting asked to be on podcasts. I was getting asked to do Zoom trainings. And for our anniversary, my husband said, "What should we do for our anniversary this year? We can't go anywhere. We're still on lockdown. Like, what do you want for a gift?" And I said, "I want a really good microphone because I'm doing all of these trainings." I don't know how much this is. I'm going to guess it was around 200 bucks. It's probably way overkill from what you need, but it plugs directly into the computer with a USB port. So a Blue Yeti, the Snowball thing, like any USB microphone that has a little stand that sits right here, it plugs into the back end of your computer would be a great choice. And I hear really good things about the Blue Yeti. I do not have a webcam. I'm actually using my DSLR camera. I have a Canon camera that is on a tripod. And I have it over here to the side because if I look at the webcam on my computer, it is terrible. I'm going to show you the difference. You'll really be horrified when you see how different the camera looks. This is the webcam on my computer. So, whoops, my computer's tilted down a little bit, and now you see how messy my office is. I got to tilt this. Ugh, there we go. So, it's a terrible quality camera. It's grainy. I don't like that it's so widescreen, so now you can see all of my entire like, you can see that there's a closet back there, and there's a hallway going out, and I just don't want you to see all of that stuff. I want you to see what I want you to see, which is this one right here. So, this is just a camera. It is a camera on a tripod with a cable that you plug into the camera and it plugs into the computer. There is a little thing in between. I was just talking to Lindsay about it earlier today. It's called a Cam Link, CAM Link 4K that I have to buy. I bought it. It will be here tomorrow. Do you see how there's a tiny little delay between the audio and the video? It drives me crazy. I've been trying to fix it for a year. I was talking to somebody yesterday. They're like, "Oh, you need a cam link. You can't just plug your USB cable directly into the microphone or into the computer. You need the cam link." So the cam link is supposed to fix that. And then I have a really nice video setup where I can zoom the camera in so you only see what I want you to see. It is high resolution. It looks a million times better than the webcam on my computer. That's what I use. You don't have to. You can absolutely use the webcam on your computer if it's a higher resolution and it looks good, but the one on my computer doesn't look so great. So I say, eh, never mind. All right, back to the end screen question. So with the end screen, do you still record a portion of your video with you saying, "Check this out next"? I do. You don't have to. You could have those elements pop up on screen while you're still talking about your content of the day. But what I do is I say, "Okay, what is my video about today? What am I talking about?" And let's say that it was a, mm, oh, I was talking about interest rates and how interest rates are so low, but we don't know what's going to happen. Are they going to start going up? And then what happens if they go to 4, 5, 6%? They've been, under 3% for so long. What does that do to your monthly payment if it goes to 5? So that's what my video is about. And then I would think, okay, what is the next most logical video for them to watch after that? And it might be, mm, now I'm trying to think of a good example. We were talking about interest rates. How about, should you get pre-approved with a local lender or somebody who's online? So I'm talking about my interest rate thing, and then I will say to myself as I'm sitting here filming, okay, what video I want to drive them to next. I want to drive them to the video that's already on my channel about picking a lender. And I would say something like, So the next step after you're getting this awesome interest rate is picking a lender who's not going to drop the ball. Does it matter who you go with? Well, in this video, I go over exactly who you need to pick and why, and the 7 things you must watch out for, or something like that. So I'm planning as I'm recording the video, what am I going to say in that final 20 seconds to drive them to that video? And hopefully it's a video that you already have uploaded on your channel. If it's not, like if you don't have a video yet because your channel is new and you've only got 2 or 3 videos on it, you could say, watch this video next where I'm going to give you more great information. And it's more vague, it's more generic, but I find it very effective to tell them exactly what to watch next and why. Because if they see that it's kind of like the continuation of the journey and what's in it for them if they watch it, a lot of the times they do. And when you go to your analytics, you can click and see exactly what the click-through rate was in the end screen to that next video. It's pretty cool. I like it. Awesome. Here's another one. I use the Rode GoTo wireless mic. Are you talking about, Patrice? Are you talking about this little baby right here, the wireless GoTo? It's really great. I just got this about 2 weeks ago. It's got a clip on it and it clips right on your shirt like that. My shirt is a sweater, so it's not stiff enough. It's all floppy and it's going to hang like that. But this thing is awesome for use with your cell phone. You do have to have this additional thing, cable, if you will. And if you are the proud owner of an iPhone, you also need this beautiful thing right here. But this goes into this, which goes into your phone. This goes into this. And then you have this thing that's clipped onto your shirt. Great, great, great audio quality for using with your phone. In fact, I did a review of that last week as a YouTube short. Here's a funny story. I recorded a full video to review of this thing. It was like 8 or 10 minutes long. I had not adjusted the gain on this microphone because it was brand spanking new, like fresh out of the box. And I didn't read the user's manual. And when I sat down to have it edited, the sound quality was awful. So I had to scrap the whole thing. And I made a vertical short that was 60 seconds long saying, you need a decent microphone. Why not try this one? Let me show you the difference between using it and just using the internal microphone on your cell phone. So if you care to go watch that and see what it was, I think it's a really great microphone and it wasn't outrageously expensive. I mean, it was an investment, but it's a business expense. To me, it's totally worth writing off. Yeah. Do you have a filter? I do not. I do not have a filter. This is just the camera in my office. I have great lighting. I have a great big light there, and I have another light there that's actually directed at the ceiling, and it's kind of reflecting off of the ceiling. And the idea is that it's a little bit darker on this side than it is on this side. And then I have all of the curtains in my office closed so that I am 100% in control of the light. If my curtains are open and the sun goes behind a cloud, like you'll see a big change in the light in my office. My face goes into a shadow and then it comes back out again. So I like to just, close all the curtains, turn on the lights. Yes, I look like I'm being interrogated by the CIA, but that's okay because you're not in here and you don't see what it looks like from the back end. You just see what it looks like as the finished product, right? My camera, Angela, is a Canon Rebel T7i, like Tom 7i. Quite frankly, it's kind of an entry-level camera. I'm not a big camera junkie. Like if I hardly ever take pictures, and when I do, I take them with my phone. I don't lug this camera around with me at all. Do I have one? No, I have 2 of them. I put the other one back in the camera bag. At one point, I had thought, wouldn't it be cool to have multiple camera angles? I could have one here and I can have one over here. I never used the second camera angle. So it's just I wanna say it was something like $6.99 on Amazon for the camera, the lens, the bag, and like 300 different accessories that came with this thing. So, it's not overly expensive. It's good enough. It's a good enough camera for me. I'm happy with it. All right. I'm moving and I will have a blank slate for my office. Oh, yeah. So, Mike, when I moved into this room, the walls were beige. Don't have them be tan. If the wall behind you is roughly the same color as your skin or as your hair, you just don't stand out against the backdrop. So, I went to YouTube. I watched a ton of videos. Every time I saw a video that I said, "Oh, their set looks so good," I took a screenshot of it. And later, when I sat down and looked at all of the screenshots, they all had very dark backgrounds. That's just what I was drawn to. They either had black or dark gray or dark blue. So I decided to go with the dark color. I figured, why not? And so my walls are painted navy blue. The color like, up there is the most representative of what it actually looks like, but then I have all those little LED lights in the background that shine the light on the wall to brighten it up a little bit, but I like the dark color, so I would just say choose something that's very different from the color of your face and your hair so that you kinda pop against the background. That's pretty much it. Oh, really, Eric? They just came out with a new Rode competitor. DJI comes out with so much cool stuff. Like, I have a whole wish list of gear, but then I never use any of it, right? Yeah, the GoTo is super cool because there are 2 of them. There is a receiver that goes with the phone part, but then there are 2 of these. So let's say you're interviewing your lender or your home inspector or whoever. You can be wearing one, and then the other person is wearing one. And they also come with the little furry thingies if you're going to be outside. You can have the windscreen on it, the dead cat. And then you can be saying, "So, Jared, tell me, if their credit score is only 619, what can they do to raise their credit score quickly so that they can get pre-approved?" And you can have this whole conversation and your audio quality will be really, really good. And you're filming it with your phone, not with a big fancy camera, just with your cell phone. I think that would be great. Have you used this instead the Rode let's see, have you used this for Rode Go instead of the Rode Podcaster? I'm assuming you're talking about this little guy. I only use this with my phone when I am out and about. I use this when I am sitting at my desk. So this is here permanently. It's got this boom arm that, comes in and comes out, and it's got a big clamp that clamps to my desk. So it goes down and then it just kind of cranks onto the edge of my desk and it's there all the time. And then when I don't need it, I just push it out of the way. But if I am out in Savannah and I want to record a video, I've got my phone with me and I keep a little crappy selfie stick in my car at all times so that I've got something to use. And then I can bring this thing with me. And it travels really well too. Like if you ever went to I don't know, you're going to the NAR conference and you want to interview people and put together a video about it. You could totally bring this microphone setup because it's so small and portable. Bring a little selfie stick or an extendable tripod, bring your phone. Boom, that's all you need. And now you can totally bring that with you when you travel and make videos on the fly. On the Canon camera, do you use the Canon software? I don't use any additional software. So I just go to the cameras menu and choose my ISO and my aperture and my FPS and all that kind of stuff. And it sounds like I know what I'm talking about, doesn't it? I swear I do not. I have the manual out on the table all the time. And every time I want to do something, I have to go look up how to do it in the manual. Like photography is not my pastime. And I have to look up what I want to do almost every single time. Am I always sitting down for my broadcast? Yes. I used to always record when I was standing because I feel like you have more energy when you are standing. However, in my new office, there's just not really like I'm doing so many things where I'm sharing my screen and I don't have one of those desks that like raises and lowers a standing desk. So since I have to sit at my desk to see the computer to be able to share my screen, I'm usually sitting. However, I don't sit back against my seat. I'm like on the edge of my seat, leaning forward, trying to give myself as much oomph and energy as I possibly can. What is the solution to a wireless mic if your phone is on a gimbal? There are plenty of mics that are okay, I think I'm misunderstanding. What's the solution to a wireless mic? So your phone is in the gimbal and I think I know where you're going with this. So you've got something like a DJI Osmo and your phone is in it, and then the headphones jack is on the bottom, but it's pushed right up against the edge. You could just try something like earbuds, wireless earbuds maybe. Um, or maybe a different gimbal, like the Smooth or a different brand perhaps. Like, I think if what I'm understanding you're getting at is that there's not enough room to plug something in and then it's smushing against the side of the gimbal. Is that what you're talking about? So, yeah, maybe just, wireless earbuds, probably the only thing I can think of. Okay. Did you know you can use your GoTo as your desktop microphone? I did not. I did not. I have the Rode, so literally I just use it all the time. Did you know that you can use your phone as a webcam? I did learn this recently. It's called Epic Cam, EPOC, Epoch Cam. It's like an app that you download from the App Store to your phone. Then you plug your phone into your computer or you do it over Wi-Fi. And now it lets you use your phone's camera as your webcam. So I started to play with that the other day to see how that would work. I thought that was kind of cool because any camera is better than the webcam on my computer. The webcam really is terrible. Let's see. So Holly is saying, do you use a gimbal for stabilization? Only really when I am shooting listing videos do I worry about the gimbal. Like if I'm shooting a listing tour, yes, I want that buttery smooth slow motion pan. But if it's just me making a video talking on my channel for like somewhat of an educational real estate video, I don't. I usually just have a handheld. I wish I had one nearby. Well, this is not great, but this is probably way overkill, but you get the point. So this is a little tripod. It weighs like 6 ounces. It's so cheap. Now you don't need this thing. I just happen to have it. Your phone would go in here in the little clamp, and then your transmitter thingy could go up here. You could carry something like this. So you're walking down the street. Hey, I'm talking to my camera, blah, blah, blah. It's big and awkward because of that rectangular thing on top, but it's still actually very lightweight and then easy to hold. And as long as I'm not jogging, I find that it's perfectly acceptable. It may not be the smoothest thing in the world, but I'm okay. I'm okay with it. All right. So this one again is a Rode, Rode. It is the Rode Podcaster. Again, it's really overkill for what the vast majority of people need. But if you have a podcast or if you do a ton of live streaming where you're sitting at your desk, I think it's a great microphone. I think it sounds really nice and it's super easy to use. What topics are good if you have limited viewership for live streaming? Well, who is your audience? What do they care about? Like it all comes down to what is your target audience on that channel and what do they want to know about? On our channel, whenever we go live, it's usually talking about prices and changes in the market. So we've done a lot of videos about relocating to our area and how affordable it is, but yet our prices have gone up significantly in the last year and a half, just like pretty much everyone's have. And so we're trying to tell them it's still affordable, but gone are the days when you could buy new construction for 192. Like I literally have a client who built a brand new house from scratch and his grand total was $192,000. And he didn't close that long ago. It might have been 3 years ago. So we have to say it's not really the case anymore. So our median home price went from 224 to 337 in about 2 years. So you just have to know, and we talk about market stuff like that. Those are always good topics for live streams. Alrighty, let's move on to the last thing I wanted to talk about, which was tags. So this is not really a new thing, but the conversation comes up all the time, so I figured I would bring it up again. The YouTube has said tags are really not all that important for discoverability. It helps if your name is commonly misspelled. My name is misspelled every day of my life. Thank you, Mom, for spelling my name with an I. So for me, I always put a tag in my videos as Karen Carr, Karen Carr, because my name is always misspelled. So that's a good tag for me. Now, can I make myself upload a video with no tags in it? No, I absolutely cannot. I figure I would rather have them and have them not be necessary than not put them in at all. So I still put tags in, and the tags are whatever the video is about. How many different ways can I say that? So if the video was about reasons to retire in Augusta, Georgia, I would do retiring in Augusta, Georgia, where to retire, living in Augusta, is Augusta a good place to retire, retirement neighborhoods in Augusta. I'm just trying to think of all of the different ways that I can say that. I tag myself, I tag my channel name, I tag a few more generic things like Savannah real estate agent, Savannah realtor, realtor in Savannah, real estate agent in Savannah, stuff like that. And then I call it a day. I don't do any keyword research on this. I am literally just trying to think of alternate ways to say what the video is about. And I put them in as a tag. And it takes me a grand total of about 4 minutes to type those in. A lot of them are boilerplate that are the same on every single video. Some of them are specific to that video alone, so I do have to type those in. If you use TubeBuddy and they've got the upload defaults, I mean, that's a wonderful tool. I love TubeBuddy. I think it's amazing. So just don't worry too much about the tags, okay? Put them in there. Don't spend an hour writing tags. Don't think that the tags have to be exactly right or no one's going to see your video, because it's just not true. And if you go to the YouTube help section and you search about tags, like they say right in there, tags are really not that important anymore for discoverability. It used to be that it was, that when somebody did a search on YouTube, the algorithm was looking at the tags, but they figured out that people learned how to game the system. So if, who are those Jake Paul, and they're brothers, right? Like Jake Paul has a video that's going viral and it's got 10 million views. I'm going to put Jake Paul as a tag in my video because I'm hoping that the algorithm will show mine as a suggested video after his to steal some of his search traffic. And then YouTube was like, okay, so this is a real estate video about, house prices in Savannah. It had nothing to do with Jake Paul. We've learned that people are just lying and they are gaming the system. So now they really don't look at tags very much for the searchability and the discoverability on the channel. Instead, you need this right here. You need spend less time worrying about your metadata and more time perfecting your title, your thumbnail, and your description. Your title and thumbnail are what are getting people to click on that video in the first place. If your thumbnail stinks and it doesn't make me look at it and go, oh, I want to know what your video is about. If your title is boring, nobody's going to click. You need to have an eye-catching thumbnail and a great headline, a great title that entices somebody to want to know more. And then when it comes to the description, the first 200 characters of your description are searchable by Google. So put the great information about what your video is about in the first paragraph of your description. That will definitely help. So worry more about title, thumbnail, and the first paragraph of your description to hopefully help you with getting that video in front of as many people as possible. All right. I'm starting to see hashtags next to the title on some videos. So this is very funny. You can put a hashtag on YouTube. You have to put hashtag and then whatever comes after it. You can only do 3. If somebody taps on that hashtag, it goes to kind of like a playlist, but not of your channel, every video on YouTube that has that same hashtag. So let's say that you did hashtag moving to Savannah. If they click on that, it's going to show my competitors' videos too. I don't want to drive traffic to my competitors. So I don't use hashtags on YouTube unless I created the hashtag, and the only videos using that hashtag are my own. But I have found that in my description, when I put in Karin Carr is a licensed real estate agent in the state of Georgia, and her license number is, I wrote license pound sign number. That pound sign and my license number shows up as a hashtag that's clickable on all my videos. And I didn't realize it, but it was because I didn't write out the word number. I put the pound sign. So, note to self, if you ever see like pound 345123 and they're like, what the heck is this? That's what that was. That was my license number being displayed as a hashtag in the description box of all of my videos. Too funny. I think TubeBuddy places weight on tags. They do. And I use TubeBuddy. I go into the SEO studio to optimize my videos, and I'm going to use the tags even if YouTube says that it doesn't really matter all that much. Like I said, I do it anyway. I'd rather do it and not need it than not do it and need it. All right. Do you need the title on the thumbnail? No, please do not put your title on the thumbnail. Remember, when you are in YouTube and all these videos are showing up in your feed, I see the thumbnail and I see the title right next to it. Why do I need to have it both places? Like, assuming that I can read English, I don't need to see the text on your thumbnail and the text in the title. I don't know why people think that that's a great idea, but I don't think it's a great idea. I think you should have something on your on your thumbnail that accurately reflects what your video is about. And if you want to have text, you don't have to. You don't have to have any text on your thumbnail at all. But if you want to, I feel that it should support what the video is about, but not repeat what the video is about. So let's say that your title is 3 easy hacks to raise your credit score. On your thumbnail, you'll have a great picture, like maybe like a credit score image with the arrows going up, and it will say, try these now, or do this fast, or so easy, something like that. It does not have to be the whole title on the thumbnail again. And if you do put text on your thumbnail, very few words, very large font. Remember that so many people are reading it on their phone. And if your text is this big on the phone and they can't tell what it says, they're just not going to click on it. They don't want to. Let's see. I'm trying to move towards 0 words on my thumbnail. I've tried it and it's very hard. For me, it's hard for me to make a thumbnail that is so descriptive that it doesn't even need words. It's absolutely possible, but it's a challenge for me. So if you're able to do that, more power to you. And then you just go look at your analytics and you say, was it better with the text or is it better without the text? That's another thing that I use TubeBuddy for. I love to do the A/B testing, and I'll upload the same thumbnail. One has my face, one does not have my face. One has text, one does not have text. And I'll run them as a split test to see which one performs better. And oftentimes it's the one that does not have my face on it. So, like, I'm not proud if it gets a better click-through rate without putting my face on it. I take my face off it. Nothing says like I got to be in my realtor headshot on the thumbnail. You absolutely don't have to have that. Cool. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me. If you did not know, I am doing a free 5-day challenge that starts on Monday. I need to put that link in here right now. This is where you can sign up. I'm going to go live Monday through Friday. We're going to talk about getting your YouTube channel all set up for success. If you've never attended this before, please come. It's going to be so much fun. I think this is the 10th time that I'm doing it now. And it's so great to to be with all these people from all over the world who all want to use YouTube the same way that you're planning to do it. It is a lot of fun. I hope you will join me. If you can't attend live each day, we do have replays. So if you're like, well, I can come Monday and Tuesday, but I got a closing on Wednesday, it's okay. You can come anyway, and we'll send you the replay so you can watch it later. So if you are interested in taking my YouTube challenge, there is the link. I hope to see you on Monday. And until then, remember, friends don't let friends cold call. So go make a video instead. Bye, everybody. Have a great weekend.